How do you get girls to enjoy an 11-inch? I get stressed because I be hurting them. And then when I get stressed, my blood pressure increases, my gets harder, and I start feeling faint because there's so much blood being provided to the and I'm just trying to get some advice on it.
Shit like this makes me want to have an actual stroke, that either people can be so stupid and believe this, or I don't even know if this guy believes it, but we need to break this down. So first, guys, I'm not going to spend much time on this. I've talked about this before in my Lex Steele video. We broke down his size, but guys, here are the odds. I'm going to put the math on the screen based on standard deviation data. What you can see here is that the probability of having an 11-inch penis is infinitesimally small, as in it does not exist, as in it's essentially zero. Now, it's not impossible. There could be that there's about 8 billion people on the planet. There could be 1 in about 4 billion men that might actually have a penis close to this. The largest documented penis that I've ever seen with actual verifiable pictures is about, in my opinion, about 9 inches non-bone pressed. Maybe about 9.5 bone pressed, but still not even 10 inches. Some dumbass saying, oh, I have an 11-inch penis. Off the rip.
Because I be hurting them. And then when I get stressed, my blood pressure increases, my gets harder, and I start feeling faint because there's so much blood being provided to the and I'm just trying to get some advice on it.
We got to talk about stress, okay? The stress response. The stress response is called fight or flight. It is literally called the sympathetic nervous system, whereas the parasympathetic is typically rest and digest. If you think about it, your sympathetic nervous system is what's used to actually ejaculate. So guys that have premature ejaculation typically have a hyperactive sympathetic nervous system, an overactive, if you will. Whereas those same guys typically have difficulty getting an erection because the sympathetic nervous system is actually what is responsible for causing blood constriction, okay? So guys, when you get an erection, it's because your smooth muscle, due to the parasympathetic, not sympathetic innervation, due to the parasympathetic innervation causes relaxation of the smooth muscle in the penis and allows the blood to fill into the penis and fill it out. So the fact that this guy is trying to claim that he gets stressed and it makes his penis even harder is actually scientifically speaking, that is if he were to get stressed, it would most likely cause him to lose an erection. That is why there's like that whole performance anxiety and they can't get hard. Yeah, that's due to the sympathetic system taking over and not the parasympathetic takeover. It's also part of what happens in hard flaccid, guys. I've talked about it in my hard flaccid video. I also talk about it in my hard flaccid course. But part of the reason why you think you have an injury or you do have an injury and you stress about it and it causes that same signaling, which makes it very difficult, if not impossible, for you to get a good erection because you can't cause a smooth muscle to relax. So that's number 2. The next absolute that this guy says is twofold. Number 1, he talks about how he gets stressed and it causes his blood pressure to increase and he starts feeling faint. So guys, just from a physiologic perspective, so when you get lightheaded, that is because you typically have a drop in your blood pressure. This guy is having a sympathetic response because he is getting stressed, because he's hurting her. The sympathetic nervous system causes vasoconstrictions. It causes your blood vessels to tighten. It causes your blood pressure to increase, yes. But that puts you in a state when, evolutionary standpoint, you can actually react quickly. And so you need that increased blood pressure and you need that increased blood flow going to your brain. And so it is not going to make you lightheaded. And so you don't get lightheaded by having an increase in blood pressure and an increased sympathetic response. So this is literally a physiologic contradiction of everything that he is talking about. You're not going to have amazing erection quality that gets even better because your blood pressure goes up and you're having increased vasoconstriction, which is also going to cause lightheadedness, and he damn sure doesn't have an 11-inch penis. I'm sorry that I get so triggered by like these blatant medical inaccuracies, but like I said, 1.2 million people have seen this clip and are like, oh wow, like, oh, because people are so gullible and don't do their own research. So that being said, guys, I'm on my way to 50K subscribers. It wouldn't mean a lot if you just took a second to hit that subscribe button. Help me get there, okay? And also, guys, if you're enjoying my content, leave a like. It goes a long way. But anyways, back to the video.
You know what? I have no advice. That's too big. You know what? It's good in like fan stuff, but not my personal. Like, you're hurting me.
Okay, well, that's probably
Yeah.
not what he wants to hear.
How many times do I have to say this? How many times? These are all, like, I made, what, Callie, like 6 different videos now about different female performers that have all said, I don't want big hurts. I literally dread, pun intended, a big pee-pee. Yes, it is good for the entertainment purposes because I think it was Lex Steele that said, like, you're providing them with a big stage, but that is about the extent of it. None of these women want to go home to a dude that size, and none of them enjoy it. Some of you guys have been so corrupted from exposure at such a young age that you literally think a chick just wants to get like plowed with something this big and just like, that's what they want because that's what you see. And you have to get it out of your head about, number one, what is reality about sizes? Guys, like, just see a plethora of all my videos, okay? Just don't be fooled by this nonsense. First of all, this guy isn't that big. And second of all, women don't want the really big peepees.
You know what?
See
Okay.
the tape measure. Hold on. Let's pull this out real quick. That's 1 feet 11. So we got bro, this is a forearm.
And it's probably girthy too.
So this guy actually has the common sense to actually pull out a tape measure and say, whoa, 11 inches is the size of a forearm. So guys, here's my handy dandy ruler here, okay? I'm 6'5". This is 11 inches here, okay? So this is my 6'5" forearm, and you can see that 11 inches goes from my elbow all the way to my wrist. That is 11 inches. How many hands can I fit on that? I have decent sized hands, okay? 2.5 of my like fairly large hands. But guys, a average woman's forearm size is about 9 inches. But the women in the corn industry are not average. They're far below average. They're very petite. And so what you're actually looking at is that the different distance from about the actual fold of her elbow to her wrist is probably closer to about 6 or 7 inches. Because if you actually look when they hold it up, they're not holding it up from down here. They're holding it usually at this level and sometimes angling it or even angling it behind it so it looks even bigger. And these guys are barely the size of their forearms. So you know, Brickzilla says he's 15 inches and he holds up a picture and it's next to a small woman's forearm that there's no way it's at most it's 9 inches. That's absolute horseshit. And I'm sorry I'm so triggered by this, but leave it. Hank, why are you so triggered by this? I get so triggered by this because young men and old men actually believe this shit. They actually believe that this guy is 11 inches big.
You know what? Use a toy. Eat her. Get her so wet where it's like she's opening up. Like when a girl's, it's like easier to slide it in. So you could do that. You know what helps too? When a girl stretches, like you got to do like actual exercises, because I do it before scene. I do certain exercises and stretches to help, you know, things go a little bit easier. Right. And I feel like if you're dealing with something like that, definitely have her like stretch a little bit.
So guys, she actually brings up two very good points here. The more in the zone, if you will, for YouTube purposes, your woman is, by the time you get down there, the more foreplay you use, the more time you take to make sure that she is appropriately in the mood or at the right setting, the easier everything is going to be for you, okay? The easier it is going to be for her to get up over the top of the hill, if you know what I mean. But it's also, if you are a bigger guy, going to be much easier for you to actually make your way into the promised land. That's a good thing. Now, she's giving like professional career advice about like stretching and stuff. Most guys, quite honestly, like it's just not something you're going to have to deal with. There's very few people that I think women will need to actually do stretching and like, you know, what she recommends at the end. Now, sure, if you're a woman watching this and you happen to be with an extremely well-endowed guy and you want to take Violet Meyer's advice, then more power to you. But really, I think the key thing is just making sure that she is locked in and in the zone.
You could do it too, because everyone that I know that does
wait, really? If anything, I think you need a smaller for that.
Yeah, I know you do, but like if it hurts,
he's not going to the.
You just gotta put it in slowly, and then once you start feeling it like going in and out.
Did the whole thing fit in?
They don't do vaginal with him, they do with him, and he mostly does.
Really?
Yeah, with the girls, because the girls that I know, like Angela White and like Jane Wilde, they've done it with this dude,
Right.
and they said it's easier in their than. So for some girls, big better than.
Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry, God. I did not mean to use your name in vain, but for the love of all things holy, does that actually make sense? Like, do you really think that, you know, maybe there's that one girl. But guys, the vaginal canal is designed to stretch during childbirth. I'm not saying, all my gay bros, I can see you getting worked up in the actually, Hink, I'm a gay bro and I'm a size queen and I can take very, like, good for you, bro. I'm just saying, in general, an organ that is literally, or an opening that is literally designed to stretch to accommodate the birth of a child's head is going to be much more prone to take something very large size with minimizing the risk of something like tearing. And guys, like I've actually talked to some women about, and actually talked to my girl about some of her friends' experiences with, you know, backdoor action, and all of them is like a hard pass. No, and all of them, like, uniformly, if they like encounter any sort of like pain or discomfort, they stop. I mean, that's just common sense. Now, maybe these corn industry women, maybe they're just a different breed, and sure, maybe, but once again, like, you have to train for that. No, you have to be ready to accommodate a large size guy in any place, okay? But it's just like, that is such horse, like, oh, if he's too big for your vajayjay, like, oh, try it in the back door. Like, what kind of stupid... I'm sorry, guys. I'm apologizing. Let me know how wrong I am for getting so worked up about this. But it's like, this is just some of the worst possible advice I've ever seen in any of these clips. And it's so triggering for me. I'm triggered, guys.
Normal people can't do shit like this, you know?
Yeah.
So you gotta find yourself a star, brother.
And so at least he ends with like the best advice ever. So if this dude is really that big, he's going to have a lot of trouble with any woman. Now, personally, I believe that over time, any woman can accommodate, or man for that matter, can get used to and essentially accommodate that size. It might take some time, practice. You might have to add additional lubricants and, you know, toys and whoever knows what else to make it work. But I do think people can accommodate that size. In general, if that guy is really having a problem with it, then he might need to go and find somebody in the industry. And if he's really packing 11 inches, he will be the most famous corn star in the history of corn. But guys, that's going to do it for me. Like, let me know what you think. Am I just off my rocker here? Do I just cope when I try to tell you these numbers about like, hey, no guy has an 11-inch PP. I'm sure there's you in the Actually, Hink, I was in the locker room. Actually, Hink, I was in the football team, and I saw this one guy, and he measured, and it was 14. Good for you, bro. Like, all your comments help engagement. It's just not possible, guys. That being said, what is possible is you can actually increase the size of your penis, guys. I have both like pumping playlist, extender playlists with a lot of free information on how you can do that and the real actual medical science behind it. If that's not enough and you want a step-by-step guide on how to get bigger using the most medically accurate techniques, in my opinion, then of course my course is below. Like I always say this, what matters more than size is your erection quality. If you need to reach me for coaching, patreon.com/DogHink. Link is in the description. You want to support Callie, link is in the description. You need any equipment, pumps, extenders, link is in the description. Peakmalephysique.com, baby. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you for letting me vent. This was very cathartic. Guys, and if this is helpful to you, please let me know in the comments because that definitely means a lot too. Remember, guys, you're so much more than the size of your D. Be the best version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right, guys, peace and love.
Dr. Hink got the plug on the health, yeah. Got you thinking about your wealth, yeah. In his office, no stealth, yeah. Pinnacle of that below the belt, yeah. Checks and balance, he's managing. Working miracles, no damage. Got you covered, no panicking. Steady calm. In the clinic, no vanishing.